Okay, we've got one more guest here tonight on Trash Talk, the talk show about waste happening on the Emily Carr campus, off of it in the Easy Park. We've got Ava here tonight, who's coming on the show. Let's give her a warm welcome. Woo! Ava!
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Have you been thinking about waste?
Oh yeah, a lot.
I'd like to know what specifically have you been thinking?
I wanted to talk about zero waste, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so I come from Mexico. I didn't know about zero waste before coming here, and I started like learning about it and working at a zero waste store. And I actually got to the conclusion that it's a very privileged movement, and not everybody, like, we don't talk about that part of zero waste, and I think it's very important. I've been to a talk by like this zero waste pioneer lady from French called Beth Johnson, and she was saying that everybody should be zero waste, that it's like doable everywhere, that you can find drinkable water everywhere, including Mexico. And I was like, actually, so I think that it's very important to acknowledge that it's like a very privileged thing to do that not everybody can do. And what you were talking in the show before about going back, going back to our roots, acknowledging like indigenous practices. I think that's very important, and that's something that zero waste doesn't really talk about. Like, people say all these things of like reuse your water bottles and like use a reusable straw, and you can make this food and that and whatever, but we don't really look at how people used to live. And I think that would be really rich for like knowing how to not produce waste, instead of like what do we do with this waste, or like there's also so much waste in the things that you buy that are like reusable, and it's like, do you really need it? Like, also consumerism is like a big like part of the issue,
Probably the biggest.
Yeah, like
it's driving the whole
reason.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautifully put, Ava. I'm so happy that like you brought this up, because yeah, she's right. Like that store is so expensive. That's like, yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, and life is not getting cheaper.
Yeah. And also capitalism,
and water is important.
Yeah.
And we're also selling water now. We're selling our vast reserves of water to companies, for-profit companies.
Yeah.
For like $1 million profit companies that we're like just giving away.
And not only like selling water, but like these companies have like such bad practices, like Nestle, and they just like take water, they don't ask for it, they like the resources, like all the ecosystem gets affected by it, and they don't like really look at it, and they just look at like how much profit they can get without like having without taking responsibility on their actions.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is like step one.
Yeah.
Yeah, get these guys to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know, vote. This is, what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video before. It's like, I forget where is it, maybe in Africa. It's like a small country, and people there just not abandoned, like, it's like they're not allowed to use plastic bags. If you use plastic bags, you're gonna be put into jail or something. It's very serious.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and I watched the video. It just explained why they do that. It's because before they don't have that rule, so people just use plastic bag for everything. They don't have a toilet, and they just poop in the plastic bags.
Wow.
And they throw it in the river, and the river just disappeared, and full of plastic bags, full of trash, and full of shit.
Oh my god.
So it's crazy, yeah. So people always do that. It's like they don't have actions until it reaches a point that we cannot accept anymore.
Yeah, That's
bad.
wild. Yeah. And like, yeah, that's where we're headed, right? Like, we're going to be learning firsthand why we can't do this. And it'd be great to make that stop before we, like, actually, like, you know how you can, like, learn things by people telling you, and sometimes you can learn things by experience?
Right.
And this is one I think we want to do the first way. Yeah, it's important.
But I feel like we've already learned from the experience, though. It's like we're at that point.
We are
where,
learning
like,
from it.
Yeah, we've been affected so much already that it's like if we don't do something now, it's like kind of obvious where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah, we can predict that. We have predicted that. It's getting people to listen to those.
The experience has like already been there for like probably like since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution now.
I think it's great because people is like taking actions now, like the climate strike. I think it's pretty great.
Yeah, I would hope to see like some action happen around this.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely interest, but also there's people who don't know how to start and people who like think there's like one solution, like recycling is a solution, and it's like no, and like reusing is a solution, and zero waste is a solution, and it's like no, not necessarily. Like there's like multiple steps, and like definitely the system plays a big part. Like us as individuals can do so much, and the biggest thing that we can do, at least what I believe, is to push companies and push governments to actually like put policies and like do things like ban plastic bags, like stop, I don't know, Walmart or like McDonald's, and like all
Stop
these
making
companies.
things.
Like stop making things.
We don't need.
Yeah, because we can like reuse a straw like 100 times and have it like made of bamboo or whatever. But then there's like this company that accidentally throws like a ton of, I don't know, like petroleum or whatever into the ocean, and it's like that's way more polluting than your reusable straw. Like they did so much more damage. So like what we should be doing, like this track, is like keep pushing for governments and for companies to like actually take responsibility.
And who do we go to this? Who can we talk, like who can we bring this up to? Can we go to like courts or like
that's
the
a good question.
People that need to hear. Find out and contact them. I'm sure they're like hiding behind, like who can bring this up in the Supreme Court in Canada, I guess. Like I don't listen to them, but it'd probably get shut down immediately. Sorry, it's so optimistic, but we need to fucking or it's like learning that system and becoming a part of it with this intention, like going to school for it and like devoting your life to that system. Whereas like also I really like Cherry's ideas earlier of just working on the Earth ships, right?
And it's like I'm from industrial design,
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just crazy because we have all the classes about sustainability, but I feel like industrial design itself is not that sustainable.
No.
It's like keep designing new products and keep putting them into market and keep selling them, and we just learn how to do these kind of things, and as well as sustainability.
Hey, yeah, we were bringing up how like we're selling our water and stuff, and that's like fucking outrageous. But also they're doing it like you've read about like who they're doing it to, right? Like specifically like Indigenous people, like in Ontario. That's like, been a huge thing. Because like for the last I think like 7 years, Nestle's just been pumping out shit tons of water from them, and that would be absolutely like, unacceptable if we tried to do that in Vancouver. And it's just like, why are we willing to let this happen to the Indigenous people? Like it's, I don't remember, like, but it's causing like specific diseases. It's causing like psoriasis, eczema, and like just like I think even like Hep B or something. They're just like crazy diseases in like what we call like a first world country. And we're not even selling. How much did you say we were selling water for? Like,
So
I think it's like $1.35 per like every 10,000 liters or something, which is like a pretty good deal. So like I don't know.
For like one of the most basic things we need to survive.
yeah.
And so after like 7 years, they still don't have like clean water, and we're still selling water to Nestle. So why, like, and that links to pushing the government and like organizations to actually act. And I think that's why we're seeing like a surge in all these like more, I guess, ethical politicians, because they realize that they're there to serve us, and they do vote for them to do their job. And yeah, I'm glad that we're seeing more people being just getting their shit together and trying to do good in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like, the local MPs, maybe. The people that we're electing now in our ridings, right? So, like, we're in Vancouver East. I'm seeing a lot of Jenny Kwan signs, and I'm seeing a lot of Bridget Burns. So, like, can we go talk to these people and, like, get them to, like, I don't know, whoever gets in, right? And ask them, like, who can we talk to as much as possible?
Yeah.
Start there, start locally, right?
Yeah.